David Banner.
Tommy Nova,
Yo.
I know that you grew up a little bit different than a lot of us, bro. Is there any time that, you didn't want to put the rubber on that you did? No, I'm just joking, Tommy. I have been thinking about that for about an hour, Lee. I have. I'm sorry, Tommy. No,
It's all good.
no, but like, have you ever had a situation, bro, where like, because if y'all don't mind, really quick, I want
Like
to tell
one
you.
of the other male strippers played the song that you was gonna dance to.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I'll give y'all another quick situation. I had a situation with my mom that was really, really bad, and that if anybody else would have done it, I probably would have done something really bad, and I snapped,
Right.
and just for a hot second, and Edward told me, he was like, "Bro, you dead right. The shit that happened, that she was dead wrong." He's like, "But you wrong because that's your mother." It's like, regardless of what happened or how it happened, whatever the fuck she did, you could have walked away and not ever said anything to her again. You could have chose to never go to her. Whatever you chose would have been fine. But your level of respect and reverence for your mother and your grandparents and your elders, and the reason why we do, the elders when we can find them, was that, and I never forget that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He told me, he was like, you was dead right, she was dead wrong, but that's still your mom. Tommy,
Yeah.
is there any time that,
I had a time where I was helping a homeboy out, and I didn't have to. You know what I mean? I let him eat off my plate. It was something that, I was doing well with, and I decided to bring him in to hold him down and kind of get his feet together because I knew he was new in town, and, just trying to help him all I could. And shit kind of got slow a little bit.
right?
So I would still reach out, like, what's going on, whatever, you know what I mean, just checking in on him. And then it turned out he started telling people I closed him out the game, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I didn't even have to put you on my plate.
Right.
You know what I mean? But instead of just reacting all crazy, I kind of just cut him loose. You know what I mean? My personality is more so, just back up. You know what I mean? When shit get funky and you right, just back up. You know what I mean?
Tommy, you from the Bronx?
Yeah, from the BX.
Boogie Dome.
Hold on 1 second, Scott. I just want you to tell everybody how you keep a Jesus piece.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Oh, I want y'all to know when he's shooting, he don't have his Jesus piece, and as soon as we say Tommy, get on the, he disappears. No, he really did. You remember the day we asked him to come? I was like, where the fuck did Jesus piece come from? Say,
you know it.
yo, shit, say,
Yeah, ever since
BX, man.
you heard Biggie Cubans with the Jesus piece. Where's my piece?
Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry, bro.
I was just saying, like, if you look at an example, like if someone borrows money from you and they don't pay you back, like my father used to tell me, shit, I just bought that nigga off for $10.
Yeah.
Because I'll never deal with him again.
I guess I better
And so a
take
lot
care
of times you get people out of your life that way, and that's worth whatever little bit of money that you might have to sacrifice that you really don't want to. But in order for your peace of mind to say, okay, I know what you're about, and I'm never fucking with you again. So take this money and don't ever speak to me again. You're the winner then.
Lil bro,
Because you get that negativity out of your space.
Lil bro, I got a question. And we're gonna deviate a little bit from the point. You've been through so much with people, bro, and I know parts of your life that we won't talk about on camera. But like, how did it feel when you other people came in your life that you felt like you could trust? Because I saw something change, like when your relationship with Regina Garnered, and when you really figured out that I was at least halfway solid. Like, how did you deal with that coming from the environment that you grew up in to really be around people that really, really cared about your well-being?
Nah, I mean, it's dope because it's like, it's so far and few between that people that's just solid in general or just actually just give a fuck. People care to the extent of where it benefit them. You know what I mean? That's kind of with everything. So then it's like, then there's certain other relationships that, like I said, I ain't gonna get into, but this, you would think would never be like the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So then that even how you like, man, well, shit, if that's like that, then fuck, it can be like that with anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with like y'all two, it's like, we rock. Like whether it's work stuff, whether it's just talking, shooting the shits, like y'all my people, you know what I'm saying? And y'all always look out. It's just the small stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even on the road, like when we ain't even on the road working, like Regina make me call her every time I land from somewhere. Like stuff like that she don't got to do, you know what I mean? But I know that means she caring. You know, everybody, there ain't too many people to care for you like that.
Scott, Scott, hey.
You don't never check on me.
Hey,
Scott, really?
Scott, have I told the story about the key on the podcast before?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
So yeah, I want to tell y'all this was the coldest shit. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, Scott is actually a genius. Like school, you went to college at 16, right?
Yes, sir.
His dad went to college at 15 because Scott was feeling real good. He got beside himself. And his dad say, motherfucker, I went to school at 15. You ain't doing shit.
And I skipped 2 grades.
But I never forget, I told Scott, because Scott is a cold motherfucker. Like, he cold. Lee actually told me that he was surprised the first time Scott really actually spoke. Scott is cold. Scott like snakes.
You gonna let them talk about me like that, Regina?
I'm looking,
Hey,
Scott.
nah, Scott, you still
You
know.
want me to sneak one of them?
It took Scott about a solid 18 months to have a real conversation with me
yeah.
other than just speaking.
But Scott don't fuck with no. Scott'll be at my house for a month.
I put you on the fast track.
Yeah, Scott'll be at my house sometime for a month, and I see him 2 times.
Man, I used to come and you be like, yeah, you know, you kept telling me, I gotta introduce you to my dude, Scott. And so we finally met. He was like, oh, yeah, what's up? What's going on?
Scott is stealth.
And didn't say shit. I was like,
But let me tell you what
talk.
Scott told me. So I was Scott actually helped me with this theory, and I want to say this. I hadn't said this before, and I wanted to say this on the show at some point. I think if we went back to start helping each other the way that our parents used to help each other, I think we could all be rich. Like Scott, man, every time I would come to LA, it would cost me at the least about $800 to about $2,000 a day, huh, Scott? Like when I was first coming back out there for movies and shit.
Yep.
And Scott just told me, he was like, bro, like I got an extra room in my house, dog. You ain't gotta spend that money like that, dude. So Scott gave me a key to his house. He was just like, dude, tell me when you coming, so I won't shoot you, and let my roommate know so they won't be afraid or whatever. So bet. Bro, I ended up saving it about $20,000 to $40,000 a year. But Scott, I told Scott, I was like, bro, when I be
charging that motherfucker 10%, Corey.
well, and then I would have charged you 15% on the back end because it changed around.
It all comes back though. It all comes back.
I put my ego to the side.
No, but seriously, he said the deepest shit, Corey. Check this out. I was telling Scott, I was like, bro, you don't even come out and talk to me when you be here, dog. Like, I don't ever see you or nothing like that, bro. Like, what you don't like me or something, bro? Scott turned around slowly and said, we usually don't use the word nigga, I just have to say, but he said it. He said, nigga, you got a key to my house. He said, last year you were in my house more than I was. And I went back and really counted it. He was on 3 different tours. I lived in Scott's house more the year before that more than he did. He said, if that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck is. And he walked back in his room and shut the door. Boy. It was a cloud of smoke and he disappeared. He just disappeared.
Regina, I was on the road for 40 weeks that year. I didn't want to hear that shit.
But sometimes it takes that. It's the real. It's not that storybook love. It's not those storybook. I'll tell you something that
Scott got that special love though.
Yeah, my homeboy Bird
you
said
do for real, Scott.
My homeboy Bird
said out of the freezer, Regina?
Huh? I didn't get the package in the freezer, Scott. Oh my God.
It's in the fridge in the margarine thing up in the door.
Did you hear that?
That's
Don't even worry about it, man. I'm talking to
me.
Regina.
It's for me. Look for me.
Is it the same present you be giving me?
No.
Oh, okay.
What was you saying about Bird?
No, I was gonna say Bird, my homeboy, when he first met Lee, he said the funniest shit, Scott. He was like, I like that motherfucker. I said, why, Bird? He said, because I know he got your back. I said, why? He said, because all he did was, he's like, I fuck with him. Bird said, you didn't even smile at him. He said, I like that kind of dude. Them kind of dudes you need around you.
So
you got some great dudes around you that
starting conversations and I wouldn't respond. It wasn't like that. Lee quiet too.
He is.
Yeah.
If you don't know you.
He be straight in observant mode.
So our energies are pretty much the same. So that's just 2 people who don't fuck with strangers.
Yeah. Guess you got a point. I never thought about it that way.
Hey, Corey, you don't fuck with nobody but dogs.
Really?
Oh, that's it.
So rude. Corey, you look so happy though, by the way.
Tell Corey
Just
how my
saying.
dog used to treat you when I be out of town.
Corey, listen, this is the funniest shit. This actually, any
I
of
ain't
y'all,
gonna say nothing, Corey. You gonna hear the same thing I just told you.
any of y'all ever seen this, the show? I used to love it called Wilfred. Any of y'all saw Wilfred? Okay, it was
Yeah,
just
I know
like
what you're
that.
talking
So when Scott was at the house, I'm talking about the dog would come up and play with me and rub his nose. As soon as Scott would leave, that motherfucker would bark all night. I'm talking about like this motherfucker was gonna kill me.
You was in
And
space.
I'm talking about it was to the point I never told Scott this. I know how Scott is about his animals in general. I think that would be the one thing. I don't think anything could ever come between us, but I think that would have been a problem because I had already made my exit plan. Like if that dog would have got loose, oh yeah. Cause he had killers. Like Scott taught his dogs different languages so that wouldn't nobody know. Like when he would give them commands and
Breaking
shit.
my house, don't say sit because he don't know what that means.
Yeah. And he was Russian or some shit. What you teach?
Farsi,
What's that?
Persian.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like the dog would when Scott wasn't around, the dog would try to kill me, literally. But when Scott was there, it'd be the nicest motherfucking dog. It was just like a person. I'm talking about as soon as he would walk out the door, it would not stop barking for shit.
That sounds like a lot of people in the industry.
Way to go, Regina. That was a good one.
Wow.
It's the truth. Am I lying,
With a
Scott?
moment of truth.
In closing, Regina,
Huh?
how are you doing?
I am awesome.
Do you want to say anything to the people? Anything that you want to get off your? I know. You know what, Regina? Hold on. We can do this because with this 2 weeks in a row that we've done this to you. Hold on, and you don't have to do it. Hold on.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Let me stop. He gonna do something crazy. I already know what you gonna do. So let me just put my thing back down. Here they go. Y'all, I was enjoying it.
All about hoes.
See, I positioned myself because I know that was coming. You looked a little too happy. Then when you gave Lee the third, I like, you know what
Hi,
we're
look
doing.
at me.
Yeah. You know what we gonna do? She's getting excited for nothing. You know what?
Scott, if I paid you, would you do a short in-home workout for people? I'll pay you.
I do it for free.
No, I don't want for free. I know how motherfuckers do you. I'll pay you. I want to pay you.
All right, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
Done deal.
Just for something that they could do without you giving away what you do for a living. Just something for people to do at home.
I
that
do
we
it
could
for my
play.
people.
Right.
Whatever.
All right, go ahead, Regina. Yeah, and he's proud of it. Unlike some people.
Oh no, that's not the truth. That's not the truth.
I'm sorry.
Let the don't throw the shade.
I don't get to
not
do it
throw
sometimes,
the
Leah.
shade.
I got a question for y'all.
What's that?
So what made y'all, what was it about the business that made y'all not assume that it was a black-owned business?
We didn't assume. We just didn't know.
It just you wouldn't have just thought because you just it was
no, that's a valid question. Think about what he said because I get it, and oh wow, that's deep.
No, for me, it's just because we typically
Probably because the customer service was good and the shit came on time.
Because you know, listen, you know why,
The
Corey?
delivery is impeccable.
Corey, you know why?
Scott.
Because in most
Impeccable.
Damn, Scott. And you know how you fucked up. I'm sorry, little bro. You know how it was fucked up. It actually looked like you got a crown on your head and you look really majestic, and then you said that bullshit and fucked it up, Scott. Go ahead, little bro.
But nah, Corey,
Scott, that
that's
was
the
true,
point. Because most times when it's a black-owned company, it's like they have to throw it out there and say that, and it makes you feel like we couldn't just have a business that's just good and we ain't got to go broadcasting it. Like, that's cool that it's dope and they ain't got to just do all that about it. It's not like I don't feel to me that they hiding it. Like, okay, yeah, we are, but They just do good business, so they do good business. Most of the time when it's a black business, like, yo, this is black owned. Like, damn, we can't just have nothing dope like you said on its own.
Well, I think the only reason why we felt that way was because of the way that they were hesitant.
But how many people call somewhere and ask, are you a black owned business? So that's like, motherfucker, you the feds?
Well, you said
Yeah, but
that.
I'm saying,
You
though,
did. You
look
did
at
say
the
that.
question.
Yeah,
That's
you-
like, nigga, why?
You did say that.
If somebody
say
called
that.
your phone like,
But
are
then-
you a black man? Y'all
Yeah,
be
who
like,
the
nigga,
fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
That's what you gonna say. If they call, if any of us got a call like, are you a black, are you an African American? You're like,
Hey,
motherfucker, what?
Are you Tommy Nova?
I
Do you
explained
fuck with
why
no
I
rubbers?
asked that question, though.
Pull it out. Let us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Regina. I'm sorry.
I'm so
And he
done.
went all the way in. You just
Tommy, I
Wow.
feel for you. What are you
Wow.
doing over here? Oh my God.
Wow.
No social distancing, Regina.
Can you social distance, please?
Black monkey nigga.
Scott.
Uh-oh. Sully.
What up?
Cracker.
Thank you. Boy, you slid that one in there, Scott. No, don't. Please. Listen.
Chevy Nova.
Regina, sometimes you look so fucking disgusted at
Because
us.
sometimes I am.
Why? And
Love
I'm
it.
gonna tell you something
Let
I
it have
hate.
it.
I'm gonna
It
tell you
don't
something
hold
I
back
hate,
on you.
Regina. You play into the fact that people think that we be bullying you and shit, and you know that we don't. Why do you play into that?
Here come my.
We love you.
First of all, Scott, you see that
There it
head?
is. That's that right there.
First of all,
There it is. There it is. Black monkey nigga.
Damn, Scott. That's what we
even go
resort
nowhere
to.
after that, Scott.
That's what we resort to now, bro.
You make these things
Regina
and then don't
quote.
like when they brought back, huh?
What?
The
I don't never call him no nigga.
BMN.
I never call him no nigga.
Hey, turn around, Banner. Hey, Scott. You see,
Here.
he been watching a lot of Willie Dynamite. He down to like his fourth button.
Oh, is he all the way down there?
Scotty, you have to know how to collectivize.
You got the hamburger meat out?
What did he say?
I thought you was
he said-
I thought you was
He said, my
vegan.
women are mean and vicious. You telling me they can only run on one part of the jungle?
And in case y'all don't watch
Solitary
Black Cinema,
Right.
that's Willie Dynamite. Go ahead, you was about
What
to say
movie?
something.
Is that the name of the movie?
Willie Dynamite.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the name of the
He
actor.
was Grover, right? Was it Grover?
From Sesame Street.
No,
he
he was actually-
was the dude on the step.
So we
Was he Grover before Willie Dynamite or
no,
after?
I think
After.
after. So we have a joke that when Willie Dynamite, after he comes out of the court and he walks down the street, he's walking to Sesame Street.
Hilarious.
Well, all right.
And it's sad
That's right.
because a lot
Okay.
of the highly trained actors that couldn't get black actors that couldn't get jobs that reflected their level of acting. So like some of the greatest black actors had to resort to slaves and pimps.
Still do.
Morgan Freeman.
She said, "Still do. That's real."
Ooh.
David Banner, you get on up. You know you just came out of jail.
Philly?
Yeah.
Come on, Philly.
That's how you. Philly got Philly.
Hey, I like Philly.
Philly, y'all see all this? That's Philly Street.
Hey, Philly keeping us good through the road.
Y'all was just about to say.
Let's hear that Philly voice. No? Really?
I
Come on,
worked on
I
that.
see
I
that
worked on
smile.
that.
Listen, why Ed caught me? Because you know niggas just is on Netflix and everything.
Right.
He caught me, said, hey, bro, your boy was running hard in that movie.
I was fat as shit too, dog. I
talking about never
I
heard.
know what you talking about. I was gone.
No, he hit me with that the other night, but he
But
caught
like
like
a
2 in the
track
morning.
star.
He FaceTimed me at 2 in the morning to tell me,
Corey, you got some.
sprinting.
Corey, you got some too.
he was like, he
Corey.
was out.
You got some. Go
Well,
ahead,
you
Corey.
was track star
I ain't got nothing.
fast.
I ain't got nothing for you.
Go ahead, Corey.
I ain't got nothing.
Y'all some mean motherfuckers.
We love you.
I'm seeing how y'all really feel.
What do you mean? we
Come
love
on,
you?
Tommy.
This
What the
is
fuck you got to
family
say,
do.
Tommy? Go ahead. You good, brother? Okay, thank you, Tommy. That's
See?
all right. So in closing, Regina, you want to talk about because we actually you had your black business for what 2-3 weeks. And,
Yes.
and we stopped you. I'm sorry about that. So go ahead. We're not gonna say nothing. We're not gonna interrupt anything. I promise.
Well,
No, and I'm not gonna do nothing.
you ain't gonna do nothing.
Let me tell you, oh Regina,
Tommy, can you make the words come out my mouth? Like, but I'm not saying nothing.
She knows, yeah, she knows, baby.
You played the whole song.
I
That
did.
was nice.
I did.
Okay, so the designer today is a company called Hanifa.co. They have
What's the
beautiful
website?
designs. Not now.
Scott,
Not
we
now,
said we weren't gonna
Scott.
do it, Scott.
Not
Come
now,
on, Scott. Spell it.
I wore it.
I'm sorry.
I wore it about 2 episodes ago. I wanted to show you a design of hers. She designs from 0 to 20. This magnificent sweater material. Well, this was winter,
0 to
but now
20.
she's
What's
in
that
fall.
size?
Size 0 to size 20. So from the slimmest to thick with it. And you can find her at Hanifa.co. And she has these brilliant tags.
Oh, I wish we was on the board.
Beautiful tags. And they have different sayings. Like this one, you are beautiful for your fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139:14. Hanifa.co. Spell it.
Hanifa.co.
HANIFA.co. Hanifa.co. Go buy some. Wear
Scott, do
all
you have
black
anything you want to
designs.
say?
Sweat, motherfucker, sweat, motherfucker, sweat.
Oh, we
Sweat,
got a
motherfucker,
song.
sweat,
You got
a
motherfucker,
song,
sweat.
Scott.
Sweat, motherfucker, sweat, motherfucker, sweat.
Sweat.
Sweat, motherfucker, check, 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 sweat, check, 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 sweat, check.
Love it.
Nasty
Love it.
motherfucker,
Damn.
nasty motherfucker, work out.
Nasty
I die,
motherfucker.
work out. I die, work out. I die, heart attacks, motherfucker, heart attacks. Too many snacks, too many snacks.
There we go, Scott.
I wanted to just take a second and acknowledge that while we're in the middle of this quarantine, that it seems as though blacks are dying at higher rates than other races. And I just wanted to throw some numbers out there really quickly. And these are from Louisiana, but they probably mirror what's the rest of the country is looking like. 41% of the black people that have died for this virus had diabetes. 30% had kidney disease, which is what my father has, and that comes from high blood pressure. And 30% were also obese. So although we're catching this virus at the same rate, it seems like we're dying at much faster rates. I think almost 70% of the deaths are black people. And we're at what, 15% of the population? So that tells us that we have a lot of conditions that underlie that are causing us to die at a lot faster rate. So, I just want to admonish people that we can't control the quarantine or the spread of the virus necessarily other than staying at home. But there's a lot of other things we can control, like our sodium intake, our water intake, watching sugar intake and things of that nature. So we have to seize control of the parts of our health that we can control and then let the rest shake out the way it will. So I just want to admonish everybody within the sound of my voice to try to take care of your health the best way you can. And if you got any questions, hit us up.
Okay. I also want to say something in wrapping that section up is that they're starting to find out that the numbers of the people who are dying isn't as drastic as people are saying, that a lot of people are lumping a lot of other things that people are dying from into the COVID-19 situation. And you all do your own research, but I saw it this morning. There was a doctor last week that said if you notice that the numbers of COVID-related deaths are going up, but heart attack, people dying from high blood pressure, diabetes is all going down, he said, well, people are still dying at the same rate at those things, that people are just being misdiagnosed. So I do want to say that although we do need to be safe and we do need to be healthy, that the numbers are actually showing that people are getting better and that we as a whole are doing a pretty good job at doing the things that we can possibly do to make sure that other people are safe and just don't panic. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Scott.
But your ass is gonna die.
You mean ass. Scott Parker! Tommy Nova hates Robert! Lil Brown!
Y'all silly, man.
Got that.
Shit.
He got the sports
You're looking pretty fresh today too, Sally.
I appreciate it.
Hey, little bro, can we tell them what we call my truck?
No, don't do it.
Oh man, Vince Carter.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Regina.
Nah, I got a couple things. I wanted to start off, one of my partners I grew up with back home, so I've been knowing him since we was probably like third grade or some shit. He stay out in Vegas now. So he got a 8-year-old son. So, they out of school. So he told his son at 8, he was like, he's just trying to teach him about having his own business and stuff. He's like, well, y'all ain't got school for the rest of the year. You got to figure out something you want to do to make some money. And so his son was like, well, I want to make some Bluetooth headphones or whatever. So they went through the whole setup and got everything together, and he got his own line of Bluetooth headphones and Bluetooth speakers for kids and everything. And it's superkylen.com. You can go check it out. You spell Kylen, Kylen. It's superkylen.com. So
Spell it
definitely check
again.
them out.
What's it called?
Super Kylen.
Okay.
One
You
more
spell
time.
Kylen, Kylen.
Can you send me that?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that.
Thank
So
you.
I thought that was real dope. He got a son because he 8 and he got him all
I
like
think
he
that's
put
dope.
that together. It's real dope. What else? Oh yeah, we got the draft coming up next week. I've been waiting on that. You know what I mean? But
Who
when
going
we was
number one?
Huh?
Rose?
Yeah, Burrow gonna go one.
Why?
Who got the first
They need a
pick?
quarterback. The Bengals.
Oh, yeah,
You got to think.
him.
He from Ohio. He was won the Heisman and all that. He was Mr. Ohio when he came out. He went to Ohio State first, but he ended up
Yeah,
transferring.
that's
though.
who you was telling me about.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was just thinking about, we talk about the kids not